Candyman from the Dead. Let's turn on the mics. Members of the Dead and New Riders, both and together in one and separate, are here.
It's a lie.
Jerry.
Yes.
Bob. Marmaduke.
Hello.
David.
Yeah. Marmaduke doesn't have a mic?
Why don't you guys come up here and slither up to the mics?
They can slither.
They can sit on the floor.
I'll tell you what else we played, just in case. Truck Stop Girl from Little Feet. Trucker's Cafe from Ian and Sylvia, Great Speckled Bird. Candyman from Fred Neil, because we couldn't find Roy Orbison. And St. Stephen from... Pronounce the album, just to make sure. L.A. can't pronounce.
Oh, Oxomoxoa.
Oxomoxoa?
Oxomoxoa.
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 Oxomoxoa. If I had reverb, let me put some echo on it. We start with Love Scene from Antonioni Zabriskie Point, a guitar solo from Jerry Garcia.
It was not a solo, it was double-tracked. I must confess, there are parts of it.
It was double-tracked?
Do you like it at all?
Garcia plays Sandy Bull.
No, I didn't like it.
But it's a good segue.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Okay,
liked it.
This is KPPC Stereo in Pasadena, and the radio station now belongs to you until 4 o'clock.
Not Italians.
Where do we sign? Belongs to us.
Do you want some of the questions that people have been calling in? Like, what do you eat for breakfast? What's become of the baby?
What is it?
Give that guy 10 points.
You may start with, you were busted on a Philadelphia FM station, weren't you, Jerry?
Well, no, I wasn't, but the guys who played a tape of a sort of a very loose interview from my New York hotel room.
What did you say?
Busted. Nothing, you know.
He said, bleep, I must answer the bleeping telephone 50 bleeping times a day.
Right. I didn't say anything, I just rapped, you know. I mean, I never really say anything, you know. You know, and the guy felt that he didn't want to ruin the syntax or something like that by editing out all the obscenities or whatever, you know, whatever they would object to in Philadelphia at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Like
but
Merle,
he didn't do that.
They play Merle Haggard unedited, though. He recorded a concert live there, and they didn't bleep anything out.
Really?
Anything.
Not even the standard country western dirty jokes?
We may, if you'd like to, go into where the dead were before Working Man's Dead, because a lot of people, I guess you're aware of it, I guess just by looking at record sales. Working Man's Dead, to a lot of people, is the first Grateful Dead album. And sort of Live Dead, when it came out, sort of summed up things before, and then your recorded music came out this year, as you have been for how long? I mean, into things like Working Man's Dead.
Well, it's kind of like there's kind of a dual identity happening, you know what I mean? I mean, we've never been able to successfully, what we tried to do with the first bunch of records was to successfully transfer, you know, the live Grateful Dead sound to a record in the studio, but it never worked.
So we tried making records in the studio, and that didn't work real good either.
Right, so then we decided, well, why don't we do something that we can do in the studio and make it work? And that's what worked.
No, right before you did this, you lost the organ, right?
Huh?
You lost the organ.
TC?
Right.
Yeah.
Did that have anything to do with it, or? Because see, like, you know, you're quoted all over, like in all kinds of weird things. Jerry Garcia says this, and there's things like, he was a classical influence on us, and then people say, well, they were into acid rock, now they're into country, or
All
something.
those things are just weird labels. They
Right.
don't really have anything to do with anything, you know?
Right, but what?
See, the difference, the thing about TC was the TC just didn't have his way of thinking rhythmically, and in turn, and his way of melodic phrasing, like, didn't have the boogie root, you know. I mean, if I can, you know, use that term, you know, it's like, it's the rest of us had been playing like rock and roll continually, and that was like our background playing together, and TC's background had been entirely classical, and so.
He was quite an accomplished musician, still
Incredible, you know, an incredible musician, you know, and
More than
maybe
I
at
could
some
think
time in the
about.
future we'll be able to get it all working.
Will he do like an album on his own?
He's doing now, he's done the music for a play in New York called Tarot, which is a meme play, you know, and he's performing, you know, with his own music in that play. And, you know, he's keeping busy. He's like a very creative dude, you know, and with a super musical education, just incredible.
Okay, I don't know how to go back to the beginning and bring it up, if you know what I mean. You started.
Well,
you started with sort of things beginning in San Francisco. Like, you personally were what, acoustic, folk oriented?
yeah.
We didn't really
much.
start in San Francisco.
Or was it Palo Alto?
Palo
Yeah, we were
Alto.
down the peninsula.
It was you and Bob, Jerry and Bob, and
Yeah,
Pig
well-
band. And a jug band.
See, but that's like an overlapping layer that overlaps to the preceding era, which was me and Nelson here.
oh.
Used to play together bluegrass music, and
Well, isn't the
and
whole
then
thing
before
overlapping?
that,
I mean,
me
like,
and Hunter used
the
to
New
play
Writers
together
is an
way long
overlapping
time
thing
ago.
too.
Everything is overlapping.
Yeah.
Our whole scene is just incredibly one overlap after another.
Right. Because see, I'd like to approach it because there are people out there that just got into.
Oh, I know,
The
but we
music
would have
that
to
way.
go into a
I know.
long, complex genealogy or something like that, you know. to
Why
do
don't
it.
you and Bob
Tedious.
sum it up in just brief statements, and then we'll play a track that I think started people getting
I can
into
sum it up.
Dead
Okay,
in a
you
different way.
sum it up.
Well, we jumps into kids, they jumps too.
Thanks, Bob.
I don't have any. I can't sum it up because it hasn't been summed up
Can you
yet.
sum it up in a bleep at least?
Oh. Oh man,
Hard
you know.
to say, hard to say.
You know, we're all musicians. You know, we can put it there. We're all.
We've known each other for a while, and this is how it fell together.
Right.
You know, and how it fell together is a long and not so very interesting story.
right. In fact, it's more than passing dull, man.
Okay, then
It
I'm
wasn't
gonna,
dull when it was going down, I'll say, but to get into all that, it'd take years because you'd have to explain each event. And
No, I wasn't really looking for that. I really don't know what I was looking for, but I think I got it.
Maybe we'll fall into it.
Okay, I think this will fall into it, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Well, the first days are the hardest days, don't you worry anymore. 'Cause when life looks like easy street, there is danger at your door. Think this through with me, let me know your mind. What I want to know. a buck dancer's choice, my friends. Better take my advice. You know all the rules by now and the fire from the ice. Will you come with me? Won't you come with me? Oh, what I want to know. Will you come with me? Goddamn, will I declare? Have you seen the light? Their walls are built of cannonballs. Their motto is don't tread on me. Come here, Uncle John's bed, praying to the tide. Come with me or go alone. He's come to take his children home. Story the crow told, it's the only one you know. Like the morning sun you come, and like the wind you go. Ain't no time to hate, barely time to wait. Whoa, oh, what I want to know, where does the time go? I live in a silver mine and I call it Beggar's Tomb. I got me a violin and I beg you call the tune. Anybody's choice, I can hear your voice. Oh, oh, what I want to know, how does the song go? Here, Uncle John's bed by the riverside. Got some things to talk about here beside the rising tide. Come here, Uncle John's bed, praying to the tide. Come on along and go alone. He's come to take his children home. Riverside, got some things to talk about here beside the rising tide. Come here, Uncle John's bed, praying to the tide. Come on along and go alone. He's come to take his children home.
Okay, that's Uncle
Really?
John's
Got a copy of
band.
He's got the tape, yeah.
Out of sight, you mean the studio version?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
play it in a minute.
that one we made so
Hot
that you
one?
could take
Good
it down
one?
here.
Oh,
you know.
great.
Let's listen to it.
Yeah.
That song flashed people. If they were into the Dead, they said, that sounds like the Dead. And then if people weren't into the Dead, they call up and say, who is that? Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young? You know, something like that.
Man.
Well, the singing ain't quite
No,
that good.
no, but you know what I mean.
That's bad.
You know what I mean. Let me do a quick wrap. This is KPPC in Pasadena. Here's what's happening in Laguna. The Chamber of Commerce and the City Council said that if the music is not turned off by 6 o'clock, no food or medical supplies will be let in.
Oh, they can't do that.
They're doing it.
Well, they
And
can't.
probably the music will be turned off at 6, so food and medical supplies could get in. There's, I guess, about 5,000 people camped out a second night in Laguna Canyon. The people at KYMS in Santa Ana advise you not to come in today if you're not already there, because it's like a 5-mile hike, and they feel hassles are going to begin if the music's not stopped at 6, and who knows. But the Chamber of Commerce and the City Council of Laguna will let no food or medical supplies
I
in.
really want one of these.
They want the music turned off at Laguna Canyon Festival. If you want any more information, call Zap Restaurant, 660-9773, Zap Restaurant on Sunset. Dial 411 for information. Where are you going to be tonight? Do you know? Do you know what the El Monte Legion Stadium is? You know.
Hey, you can ride the bus to El Monte.
I mean, the old...
Ride the Greyhound bus to El Monte and get off, and there you are.
Right.
You know the whole...
It's got the bus station in the parking lot.
At the El Monte Legion
Yeah.
Stadium.
Send your food and medicine.
You're aware of the LA trip with that, like the 50s rock and roll concerts there, very
That's what we
famous.
heard, yeah.
Drink wine in the parking lot and
course.
Reds and the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
I heard a little about
So like
that.
when we first
Historical
heard Grateful Dead at El Monte, it was like a great acid flash, you know.
A great
But-
camp.
But not true. But it really is happening. You did it last night, and the place wasn't very full, and you don't like it that way, right?
Well, in this
It
particular
doesn't
case,
sound that good when it's not full.
Because of the sound. The promoter did price it at $5, and you
I
had
know,
no
which is
knowledge of it.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We didn't know, honest folks. We really, really didn't.
I didn't think so, but I wanted you to say it.
well,
So-
you know, it was. A
Let me
sin of-
bleep that, though. The bleeper's gone. All right, the information is El Monte Legion Stadium will sell tickets to you at the door only at 7 o'clock, and they will open the doors at 8. When the new riders will go on?
7:30.
7:30.
What happens at 7:30?
That's when you go on.
Oh, we go on at 7:30.
And they'll play until the Dead come on, and the Dead will play until they stop.
Something like that.
And it'll happen tonight and tomorrow night.
It'll be okay. We're going to use new microphones tonight. It'll be better than it was last night.
I bet you don't get new microphones tonight. Did you ask for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are down.
Anyway, that wasn't all that much a hassle except for us. But
We get new microphones.
But to digress, now where were we?
you got to
gentlemen?
come, kids.
All right,
Oh, I
the-
had some, oh yeah. When you come upon
Outer
this,
Colony.
when you come and you're looking for the
Frequently.
place and it doesn't say Grateful Dead anywhere, that's because it says wrestling.
Wrestling.
Right. Wrestling
We're
every
at the
Wednesday
wrestling
and
arena.
Friday night or Wednesday. And
And it's just
Well,
this big-
between the four of you, would you guys do a tag team wrestling match right now on the air for us?
Oh,
No.
me and
how about-
Garcia take on Marmaduke.
As an alternative, would you
Nelson.
explain what the new Riders of the Purple Sage is? Because,
Marmaduke can do that.
okay.
Bruisers versus the
How about if
Losers.
we move him to a microphone?
move me to a microphone.
Explain
Am I
from
close to a microphone?
I can explain everything.
explain from the conception to who was playing the last time you were in LA, and if there's any personnel changes, and what's
Yeah, just there. Well,
Marmaduke.
yes,
Watch your level.
my level. What happened to my level? Goodness gracious.
That's a Libra trip.
Oh dear. No, well, you see, Jim and I have a hard time starting this story, and
You really believe all that hippie
Come on,
No.
man, spit it out.
no, we had
Spit it into the microphone there.
well, it's another one of those overlapping scenes, you see, because I used to be hanging out with these guys when they were the Warlocks playing down in Magoo's Pizza Parlor, you see,
And before that even.
and before that even, right? We were all hanging out in Palo Alto in the back of Dana Morgan's music shop, and in the Tangent, the famous old Tangent on Wednesday evenings had these strange scenes going in it, and there was lots of country music and bluegrass being played back then. And when I was about 5 years old, I used to sit up on top of the refrigerator and listen to this old country music station out of Chicago, you see. And so I got this country music thing going in my brain. And a while ago, Jerry got a pedal steel guitar that he picked up in Denver. And I was hanging out one day up there with them when they were just hanging out up at their studio place there. And Jerry says, "Hey, come on over and pick a few tunes for me so I can learn how to play this thing." And I said, "Sure, man, I don't mind picking a few tunes. Hey, I can teach him some of my tunes, and maybe I can get a pedal steel player one of these days. Hey, I thought to myself, and he was thinking, hey, maybe I can get this guy over here, and he'll pick some tunes, and I can learn how to play this thing. Right? So we worked that on out. Yeah, I mean, a little more elaborately than all that, but that's some kind of thing that was going down.
Close.
Right. And I got this job in a coffee house down in Menlo Park, California, called the Underground, and I think it's now folded.
Isn't that Palo Alto?
No, it was in Menlo Park. It was right next to Palo Alto, mind you, but it's in Menlo Park, the Underground is. It's right next to Kepler's,
Ah,
famous old Kepler's bookstore. And,
Ira Sand Pearl.
right. Joan
Somebody out
Baez,
there knows who Ira Sand
Peaceniks,
Right.
all that
right.
stuff,
Old days.
right? Anyhow, that was all there, you see, and we had this, I had this job singing for the people when they ate their roast beef sandwiches. It was a little Hofbrau kind of thing. And I was supposed to make the music for them to eat by. And so I sang my folk songs, you know. And Pretty soon, Jerry started coming down in his big rickety old orange bus that he had, and he would drag his pedal steel along, and we were both sort of practicing there, working in the coffee house, and he was practicing pedal steel and playing, and I was practicing singing and playing, and we had all the people in the coffee house, you know, they were digging it, because it was something that nobody'd heard before, because a pedal steel guitar, you know, in 1970 in Palo Alto is like a Volkswagen in Chicago in 1953 kind of thing. It's very obscure. Nobody's heard of one before. You might have seen such a thing wandering around on the streets, but you didn't know quite what it was, right?
Pedal steel, do you mean, or?
Right, sure. Pedal steels. You've seen them wandering around on the streets all the time.
Is Jerry's bus a bust?
Right.
Bus a bust? Well, it wasn't really my
No, anyhow, this long elaborate story gets down to mainly to that. It started out this thing of
Come now, don't belabor the point.
I'm trying not
One thing
to.
led to another.
Right, one thing that led to another, and we accumulated a couple of more people and said, let's have this country band, right? And we can play some of the famous old country tunes, and we can play some of the tunes that I'm making up, and maybe we can have some fun and play some nice sounding country music. And so that's what we've been trying to do.
Okay, Marmaduke, you stand up front at the microphone and sing and play acoustic guitar.
He writes
Right.
all the tunes
He
too,
writes
which are
the
all
tunes.
really good tunes.
Jerry
Because
plays
Marmaduke's
pedal
a good
steel.
songwriter.
Yep.
David Nelson electric guitar. I can never remember the bass player. Is he still the bass player?
Dave Torbert.
Dave Torbert. Right?
Tornado.
Because there's
Tornado.
two Daves. And Mickey was playing drums. Is he still playing drums?
Mickey's not playing drums with us any longer.
Okay, who is?
Spencer Dryden.
Who was formerly with the airplane?
Right.
Okay.
It's the neo-isolationism of the New Riders.
Neo-isolationism. I don't understand.
Additional overlaps.
Right, it's additional overlaps. It's great. Now Spencer's got a really nice touch for our music, and it seems to make an improvement, and it's being good.
Because Mickey, he just seems so spaced. I really like him as a percussionist. Because when you did, like I mentioned, I saw you at Euphoria, which is now Pepperland, and it still has a bad sound system, you said. You came on and did an acoustic set, and Mickey was there. And then the New Riders came on, and Mickey was there. And then after a little break in a pantomime show, you came back, and he was there with Bill, and you did electric. So he was there the whole time, and he seemed to just be spaced into everything. And now he's on the back of Downbeat advertising Zildjian gongs.
Right, that was
Right.
his hustle to get some gongs.
The New Riders have an album that's completed or not?
Well, it's sort of completed. I mean, we've made all the basic tracks, and we sang a few of the lines flat, so we'll have to go sing them over again. And
Who's
then we
on
have
the
to mix
album?
it.
I mean, how many of you are on the album?
Well, all of us are on the album, including Spencer and Mickey, right? I mean, Spencer did a couple
Right.
of the tracks, and Mickey did a couple of the tracks, so it makes it kind of an interesting
Do you do
transition.
Honky Tonk
mark.
Woman? Or-
No, we're not going to put Honky Tonk Women on the record, because it's all a studio record, and Honky Tonk Women's more a live thing.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's
For the
just-
next Live Dead album, maybe.
Well, on the
you can do a
first
live-
live New Rider record, you
Yeah.
know, there might be such a thing someday, but
But
the
there should
first
also
New
be
Rider
there
record
should
is
also be a
studio.
live. Do a double album with one New Rider, one Live Dead.
We'll decide.
Okay. Are you going to be on Warner's, the New Riders, the same label?
We haven't decided yet.
Ah, okay.
If they give us a good enough deal, we'll talk to them.
Are you going to stay with the group, Jerry, or are you going to tour separately without Jerry?
Well, I think eventually it would be groovy if they auditioned other steel players and got somebody so that they could, you know, go out and tour without having to depend on the Dead going along and that sort of thing, you know.
Right. That's what
Oh,
Hot
that's
Tuna
right.
just went acoustic, so they could do that, I guess.
Right.
Is Box of Rain the closest that I could play of a New Rider type
We've got a
thing?
New Rider.
We've got a
tape right
genuine
Oh, you
New
do?
Rider tune here. Yeah, we made a rough mix of some of the stuff we've been
All right.
doing.
Well, I could play Box of Rain while I'm queuing that up. I could play another track, which is just there, and it's going to be played eventually, or you can talk for 3 minutes while I make noise in the background.
Play the music.
Okay.
Sure.
Any morning, any evening, any day. Maybe the sun just might get some sleep tonight. Got two reasons why I cry away each lonely night. The first one's named Sweet Anne, and she's my heart's delight. The second one is Prison Baby, the sheriff's on my trail. And if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. Got a wife in Chino, baby, and one in Cherokee. First one says she got my child, but it don't look like it. I said out running, but I took my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight.
That's exactly what we're running against in this country today.
That's Spiro, and before that it was the Grateful Dead, in that order. And both are American beauties.
Spiro.
Both the album and
Spiggy.
the voice are
And
American
Spiro.
beauties. It's a beautiful cover. It's a beautiful album. This is KPPC in Pasadena, to be legal. And explain something before we go into a track from the new writers of the Purple Sage
Sure.
forthcoming LP that's probably not in final mix, but is at 7.5 and 2-track. And Jerry,
Certainly.
take it.
What?
Take it away, Marmaduke.
Take what away?
Take what away?
Son, you got something to explain.
I forgot my line.
What was it you were going to explain?
Harry's
forget.
probably got one. Harry's going to be here in an hour. Harry,
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Ted.
what year?
Right
You know the special you ran for the credibility gap? What decade was that for?
That was the 60s.
The 60s.
You missed that, huh?
Missed it.
Whispering
60s.
I
These days.
crashed. I missed the whole
Missed
60s.
the whole 60s.
Did you want to explain something about Ripple, the first track? Because you
Oh,
got
Ripple,
that
David's
was,
on electric
Box of
That's
guitar.
not Ripple, that's Box of
And
Rain.
oh, did I say Ripple?
Yes, you
I was
did.
thinking of the wine bottle in the.
Mhm.
It's there.
Mind's
Go
wandering.
get the wine bottle.
Mind your mind
Oh, it's in the
wandering.
trash
Yeah.
Who was on Box of Rain and why?
Why indeed? That's an interesting question.
That one worked out to pretty much who was there.
What was the thesis?
See, it was
of
Phil's
this
song,
record?
and Phil wrote the song because he had a guitar. And he had this guitar, and he doesn't normally play the guitar. He's not like a guitar player turned bass player like a lot of bass players are.
Is he a
never-
mathematical genius by any chance?
Phil? Well, he's got absolute pitch.
I heard that. I mean,
Yeah, and he can count. I've heard him count as high as 17 and 18.
Oh, he counted to 26 last night.
26
And
last
Bill
night.
counted to
Erroneously, of
25.
course.
It was the warm-up to Box. How many?
Was it a countdown? Is that what?
He was on Beat It On Down.
higher than you can.
So anyway, he wrote the song with the guitar. And so he was playing the guitar, singing the song over at my place, and there was a piano there, so I started banging away on the piano. And when we went into the studio, and then he thought that, you know, in his head, in the arrangement in his head, which is what a record is about, getting the arrangement in your head out into the world, into the real world. He heard like Dave Nelson style guitar. And it just, so.
Okay, explain Robert Hunter first, and then we'll go into.
Explain Robert Hunter just like that. You got a million years?
He's nutty as a bedbug.
He's brilliant. Robert Hunter is really a far out guy. He's like, see, he and I used we used to live in a couple of wrecked cars in a vacant lot in East Palo Alto together. And we ate this crushed pineapple, man, that he stole from the army. And plastic
hand
spoons.
grenade.
I had a glove compartment full of plastic spoons in my car.
Pineapple's a hand grenade.
No. This is like the big, you know, serviceable cans, huge big ones
Okay,
with crushed pineapple.
from the army.
Yes.
Right.
And that was like 10 years ago. And
Does he write all the lyrics? Is he so?
see, we work at any number of ways, man. Sometimes I'll have a melody, you know, a whole complete melody, including phrasing, and I'll like sing a wordless song, you know, and I'll put it on a tape form or something like that, and he'll listen to it, and it'll creep in and out of his head for weeks, maybe. And pretty soon he'll write, you know, several alternative possibilities of songs that it could be. And I'll go through them, you know, and it's kind of like really a good relationship. Hunter's a great guy to work with because he goes in every direction. He's completely flexible.
Okay, who wrote the new writers song we're going to hear, and what's the name?
Marmaduke writes all the new writers'
Okay.
material. Marmaduke is an excellent.
Okay, and you arrange as well,
Songwriter.
Marmaduke? I mean,
Well, the band
or it just
arranges
falls
it, you know,
together.
like I write stuff that the band can play behind, you know. So
We just play.
Right. It's
What's
a band,
what's the song called? And we'll listen to
Louisiana Lady.
Louisiana.
Is it? Are
Lady.
there one song on the tape or two?
There's just one. We just got one Louisiana Lady, and that's it.
Okay.
And we're just going to play it once, and then we're going to make off with the tape, and you won't
Rough
hear
mix.
it until
Okay.
the record comes.
New writers.
Get your tape recorders ready.
Mistake. Mistake. Your disc jockey has just made a mistake. 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 Your disc jockey has just made a mistake. 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 Your disc jockey has just made a mistake.
Mistake. Your disc jockey has just blown it.
What did I do?
You twisted the tape.
You took a twist. Hey, listen, man. Have you tried plumbing?
I haven't done it for 3 years.
Plumbing?
I was
No wonder
we
you're
were a
so
little
clumsy with
bad
that wrench.
Well, we'll just see what happens.
Mistake. Mistake. Your disc jockey has just made a mistake. 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 Your disc jockey has just made a mistake.
That's exactly what we're running against in this country today.
I've been on this road for 7 days now, and I'm so beaten, my vision's just a yellow haze. But I know that I am gonna make it home tonight, and then I'm gonna see my light. Yeah, tonight I'll see my Louisiana lady. My Louisiana lady's gonna sleep with me tonight and hold me tight. Louisiana lady, know that I need you. Louisiana lady, I love you. Louisiana lady, I love you. Well, 6 more hours till I'm in New Orleans, but I've been doing too much speed, feeling downright mean, and I think that I can cut an hour off the time if I keep lady on my mind. Yeah, tonight I'll see my Louisiana lady. My Louisiana lady's gonna sleep with me tonight and hold me tight. Louisiana lady, know that I need you. Louisiana lady, I love you.
Okay, Louisiana Lady, the New Riders of the Purple Sage.
That's Louisiana.
Oh, okay. I'm from Southern California. You're from Palo Alto, right?
I'm from Chicago.
South San Francisco.
Marmaduke's from Chicago. Where are you from, Bob?
Palo Alto.
And David from Palo Alto?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle. Okay. This is KPPC in Pasadena.
Seattle. I swore I'd kill the next guy that I met from Seattle.
Don't do it, Bobby. You'll regret it in the morning.
I'm not going to explain the mistake I made.
Why not? Go ahead.
I put the tape on wrong. Let me get some commercials out of the way, okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
The New Riders, whom you just heard, are going to be appearing with a group called the Grateful Dead at a place called El Monte Legion Stadium tonight and tomorrow night. Your tickets are at 7 o'clock for $5, and you get to go in and see the New Riders begin about 7:30.
And sit by the fire. They have 4 big fireplaces.
Really?
Fires.
Really?
Yeah, there's fires there.
Is there any other?
There really are fires.
Can we go back a few years and say, is there any other heat there?
Very clever.
Well, all the guys that just got out of Vietnam that now have jobs with the El Monte Police Department come and hang out, and
I think
check
you
out
can
the
assume
action.
that anybody who isn't you is the heat.
Okay, let's do a few commercials. I'll get some commercials out of the way while you huddle and decide what to do next. If you want to buy the new Deads album, it's $2.64 at Warehouse Record Stores in Westwood, Pomona, Belmont Shores, Long Beach, Torrance.
Amazing news of a miraculous scientific discovery women all over the country are raving at. Super Kitchen Mate does everything you've ever wanted to do, but does it faster, easier than you dreamed was possible. Cores bananas, slices and dices pears, puts fresh litter in the cat box automatically, makes a full 10 pounds of coleslaw in less than a minute for a fraction of what you do it for.
We're the people your parents warned you about.
Defrosts a full freezer load of peas, makes okra peeling a thing of the past, and it does so much more.
You're the people my parents warned me about.
Once sold for $50 in stores, now yours for only $7.99 unless you order after midnight tomorrow. See amazing Super Kitchen Mate demonstrated on a radio show near you.
See Amazing Super Kitchen Mate demonstrated on Destination Music this Sunday afternoon between 4 and 6 p.m. on KPPC Radio. Not sold in stores.
That's today.
I'd like you to meet Emmett Rhodes. Emmett is a songwriter. But he also plays piano and drums and guitar and bass. And in fact, he plays everything on his album. And sings, too.
She's such a beauty, so young and so lovely.
It's Emmett Rhodes on ABC Dunhill. It's available for $2.88 at your Warehouse Records. No, at your Tower Record stores on the Strip.
Now, here's amazing news of a miraculous scientific discovery women all over the country are raving at.
Don't look now, but your shoelace is untied.
Okay, we're back live.
Mama, can I have a bunch of crazy tapes for Christmas?
How about this?
Driving that train, I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed.
Precariously balanced this thing, but I think. Hey, what about that? I'll come right back to you. I love that.
That was High Time. And how did you hit all those notes?
Oh, I faked them, man. Of course, can't you hear the multiple track other versions?
Okay.
I'm not that good of a singer, man. Let's face it.
Okay, of the Grateful Dead and...
Where never is heard a discouraged.
Is this mic on? Yeah. Okay, the Dead are playing at El Monte Legion Stadium. It's a dance, right?
It's a dance.
I have trouble...
Open floor. Fireplaces. There's fireplaces.
I don't dance.
Fires.
I don't really get into dancing, but with the Dead, always.
Why not?
Whatever that means.
Sure.
Okay, it's at El Monte Legion Stadium tonight and tomorrow night with the New Riders. Jerry Garcia, Bob Weir, Marmaduke, David Nelson. You've got this until a little before 4.
Here we are. That's
another key?
What key do you like better?
I'll try it. Let's see.
Is it too high?
I like the harmless Chariot, but that's okay too.
There's one coming. You're merely shifting with that one.
Oh, I'll do that.
What the hell's going on here?
The shifting
What on
Chariot.
earth is this?
That one doesn't have an arm on.
Speaking.
I grew up in Ragged Kingdom, where love is a sacred thing. You grew up in silk and satins, Virgil, just to pass it down. Oh, I know I was just a fool. Think your pride would hurt you, they live by the golden rule. Through the threads and golden needles, we not meant this heart of mine. That day that I found my sorrow, you won't know of your wine. You can't burn my love with money, 'cause I ain't never been that kind. Silver threads and golden needles, and I meant this heart of mine. I don't want your lonely mansion with a tear in every room. All I want is the love you promised once beneath the halo of moon. Would you think that I should be happy with your money and your name? Sit alone and bide my sorrows, but bring the next champagne. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine, and I dare not drown my sorrow with warm glow of your wine. You can't buy my love with money, 'cause I ain't never been that kind. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine, and I dare not drown my sorrow in the warm glow of your wine. You can't buy my love with money, 'cause I ain't never been that kind. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine.
It's a take.
There you are, folks. Say what you want, 'cause I don't know. It's your station.
Okay, this is our station, folks. I just wanted you to know that.
This is KPPC in Pasadena for all you FCC listeners. I used to have my third-class license, you see. I know about that stuff.
You want to do a country and western show 2 hours?
What?
You want to do like a CNW show? Country and folk on the radio for 2 hours?
On a Sunday sometime?
Either sometime, like Hey, we have our gospel quartet here.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's do that gospel show.
And it is Sunday, that's true.
Right, okay. Time for a couple of gospel songs.
Okay, all
We
you
gotta get those
sinners,
up here so we can
either
sing.
hark or split.
Are these things directional or what?
No. All those are just good old Sennheisers. The kind I hate.
You've got an RCA Dartmouth over there.
You should really try it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You sing up.
Up.
You sing out. And you sing
Maybe we can.
Yeah. Across. up, up, oh, up,
Oh dear.
up,
He's got earphones on out there. This is gonna be painful.
This could be painful, folks. It could be painful.
Oh dear. Well.
What, baby?
The answer is no, he couldn't answer it seriously. I can answer it for him.
Yeah, there's my answer. In no uncertain terms. Gulp. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We're going to sing a gospel song.
Sinners treading life's journey, take Jesus as your daily guide. Though you may feel pure and saintly without him walking by your side. When you come to make the crossing at the ending of his pilgrim's way, if you ever will meet your Savior, you'll surely need him on that day.
Now look at that
cold Jordan,
look at its
deep water,
look at that
wide river. The mighty billows roll.
Now you better take
Jesus with you.
He's a true
companion.
Oh, I'm
Sure without him that you never will make it home. That awful day of judgment is coming in the by and by. We'll see our Lord descending, glory from on high. Let us keep in touch with Jesus and in his precious love of God, so he may be ever called ready when he calls us over Jordan's tide.
Now look at that
cold Jordan,
look at its deep
water,
look at that wide
river, hear the mighty billows roll.
Better take
Jesus with you.
He's a true
companion.
Oh, I'm
sure without him that you never will make it home.
Now what
you gonna do?
And what
you gonna say?
And how you gonna feel
when you come to the end of the way? Howdy.
Well, that's not really a dancing
We're all
number.
sitting down.
Hey, we met a guy on the train that could dance and play fiddle at the same time.
Oh, no,
No,
this was
is
a train trip across Canada.
Right.
Let's hear another gospel tune.
Sometime if you want to come down and bring records and do a trip for a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, look, you ask for things in the library, any of you.
All right, well...
Anytime you want to come down and do a record trip.
It's an open invite.
David Nelson is an avid discophile of bluegrass music.
Right.
And we could do a number like that sometime.
Avid discophile.
Right. You're somebody that loves records.
No, gospel no.
Avid.
Right.
Keeps them in his shoes.
With their little quarter-inch holes. What's our other tune? You know another tune?
Don't we do one at C or is it D?
That was I Hear a Voice Calling that we didn't see, I think.
Shall we try that
What's
one?
got the other one? What's the other one that we got down?
Yeah.
Are you got Nelson's parts back here? He's got the important spoken parts.
If he's going to sing, he's going to have to do it a little bit louder. I mean, as far as backup.
All right, Nelson, sing a little louder. Why don't you move it a little closer?
Sing out. Sing from down here.
Down here.
From down here.
Down here. I think he's got a kind of a low.
Yes. Do you think I have a deep voice? Kind of low, husky?
Those are the mics that do that, too.
Husky.
You get right up on them and they have a lot of nice false bass.
You trying to tell me I talk slow?
Where were we?
El Paso.
El Paso, sure.
Wait a minute, let's do this one first. Let's do the gospel one.
Okay.
Do a segue. You're both done.
I hear hear a voice calling. Must be our Lord. Must be our Lord. It's coming from heaven on high. I hear a voice calling. I've gained a reward. I've gained a reward for the land where we never shall die. Jesus who died on Calvary, He shed His last blood that the world might be free. So Father, His footsteps up and down the way, and be ready to meet Him when He calls on that day. I hear a voice calling. I hear a voice calling. I've gained a reward. I've gained a reward for the land where we never shall die. Jesus who died on Calvary, He shed His last blood so the world might be free. Follow His footsteps up the narrow way. I'll be my good. I'll pay my debt on the great judgment day. I hear a voice calling. It must be our Lord. It must be our Lord. It's coming from heaven on high. I hear a voice calling. I've gained a reward. I've gained a reward for the land where we never shall die.
Sure.
Oh, if it's going to be one more, it should be a gospel number.
Slow.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. Band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. If you get to heaven before I do, coming for to carry me home. Tell all my friends I'm coming there too, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. coming for to carry me home.
This one's on now. Oh. Okay. Jerry Garcia on my right, extreme right. John Birch on his extreme right. Bob Weir, Marmaduke, David Nelson. Thank you.
Oh, it was our pleasure.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Say something to the people so they come down. They don't know. They don't know what they're missing.
Oh yeah. Come
make it
be
on
sure
down
and
to
come
El Monte
to El
tonight,
Monte
yeah.
tonight at the wrestling place where we'll be playing with the New Riders of the Purple Sage. That is, we'll be playing with the Grateful Dead.
See, man, wrestle
It's the El Monte Legion Stadium.
It's just trucking on, not the sand.
Two gorillas and a Callin.
See which one? Wow. Destination Music is next with Harry Shearer. Say something. Say you'll come back and do a trip sometime.
Yeah, we'll come back and do a trip sometime. Hey, this is not, is it?
That one's not on. Oh, that was a great wrestling match. Okay, this is KPPC, and Harry Shearer's next for 2 hours with Destination Music. This is Ted Alvy. I'm leaving, and I'm gonna see the Dead today and tonight, aren't I? And dance. Okay, the Grateful Dead. Thank you.
That's exactly what we're running against in this country today.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the doodah man. Together, more or less in line, just keep trucking on.